So today we'll be doing on constructors. We have 4 features of constructors. So let's identify them. It is used to initialize variables. That is, we have to assign, it assigns value to the variable. That is why a constructor is used. It has same name as class name. It does not have any return type, and it cannot be inherited. These are the 4 features of constructors. Now let's see together in a Java program. So here I have the class name testcon. So my constructor name has to be my constructor has to bear the same name as the class name. So the class name is testcon. So the constructor also is called testcon. I have nothing in my parameters. I have assigned, here I have declared I, j, and k. Here I have, in the constructor, we have assigned the value 15, 20, and 45 in the constructor. So normally when we run a program, let me save it here. What happens when I do testcon t is equal to new testcon here, when I'm creating my objective, it's going to first go and find a constructor with empty parameters. I, j, and k here 45. If I didn't have a constructor, then what would happen is that if I didn't have a constructor, it would have assigned 0 to all the variable. So let's first see for this one. Let's put here void display function, so that I'm able to demonstrate to you the output. System.out.println value of I plus I. I'm just going to display I, the value of I. And here we're going to do t dot display function. Good. Now let's run it in the command prompt. Java C. You see my program name here is testdemo.java, testdemo.java, Java test demo. So I see value is 15. So you can take note here. It has accessed when I did t testcon. So ijk now the objective holds 15, 20, 45. And here I have displayed I, t.display. So this is an example of a constructor. Here it is. This is an example of a constructor. This is a constructor here. I need to put this here just to give an example of a constructor. So testcon is a constructor. Now, next, let us remove the constructor and see the difference. So I've removed the constructor. I've called t.display, which has to give me the value of I. We don't have any assigned value for I, j, k, because I have removed the constructor. Now let's see. Let's compile it again. Now the value of I is 0. Why? Because I don't have any constructor and I haven't assigned any value to the variable, to the global variable. So automatically by default, when I create my object, 0 is assigned to all my variables. Good. Next, I want to explain to you the concept of constructor overloading. Can constructors be overloaded? Justify your answer. Yes, constructors can be overloaded. Now I'm going to tell you why. Here I'm going to put a constructor. I think I have it here. So now I have back my constructor. I can have another constructor. Okay, I'm going to display values in the constructor itself. Test. Oh no, I just leave it here. I'm going to show you. I can have another constructor. Let's say here int j. No, I'm not going to put it j. I'm going to put it z. And here I'm going to say, I'm going to assign value. Z will be assigned to I. J is assigned 37. K is assigned 8. I'm going to have another constructor. Let's put it string n. I'm going to use any integer, at least 3. Int a, int b. Integer c. I is equal to A. I'm going to assign A here. To J, I'm going to assign C. K, I'm going to assign B. So now I have 3 constructors. So as you see, they all bear the same name as the class name. They all bear the same name as the class name, but their parameters are different. Here I don't have anything in the parameters. Here I have only one parameter. I have here 3. Int A, int B, int C are part of the parameters. So the parameters differ. Let's do value of I itself. Now let's create our object. Now let's create our object. I have one object, testcon t. So obviously I'm going to call them with different object. I can't let's do it T1, T2 here. T1, the object will have one, 12, 30. Three parameters. T2 will have only one parameter. Let's put it 25. Now I'm going to say T dot display function, T1 dot display function, T2 dot display function. Now let's run it. Java C test demo dot Java. Keys go to 8. Yeah, semicolon here missing. Good. Java test demo. So value of I is 15. Now let's see. Here the first object t.display. No parameters. No parameters. I is equal to 15. And that's why we got value of I 15. Second value of I 1. T1.display, meaning three parameters 1, 12, and 13. So free integer type. The constructor, the object will go to that constructor when it's being created, to that constructor which has free integer type parameters. So int A, int B, int C. A here is 1. C would become 12. K would be 30 assigned. So I've only displayed the value of AI. It's 1 here. Second line, it was I1. Value of I, 25. Now, here we have a third object, T2. New testcon 25. So it's going to look for that constructor which has only one parameter. Int Z. So the value of what was in the parameters was 25. So Z is 25 gone to I here. So this is how I've demonstrated to you the possibility of constructor overloading. We can have several constructors within a class. Constructors means what? Constructors having the same name as a class name. It does not have a return type, not even void. Remember that a constructor does not have any return type, not even void. We can't even put void here. So you just have nothing here. It has to be the class name and then the open bracket as a function appears to be. So that's it. Thank you.